Okay, so I don't even know how well this is gonna work because I'm getting kind of ticked off with technology. I got a new phone, but I got a cheap phone, of course, because I don't like to spend my money on technology. Um, and now it's giving me the same problems as not good for filming from your phone, only the iPhone. Anyways, I'll have to look at that. I want to give you guys a juice update, and this is the only way that I can do it. Um, I was 200 pounds to start. This is day 4 for me, the beginning. And now I am 193.8. My long-term goal set for myself at the beginning of July was to lose 6 pounds a month. I've always wanted to do the whole juice cleanse thing. So when I started juicing or drinking the juice, I recognized that it was something I really wanted to do for a lot of other reasons outside of just losing weight, just for like mental clarity and just like also on a spiritual level path. And sorry if I don't answer any kind of comments or anything over there because I'm really just doing this because my phone is acting up with me shooting the videos through the other way. Yeah, so today I have a doctor's appointment to check out my allergies. I'm getting blood work done. Also that good morning. Like I said, I'm going to have a hard time lifting because I'm actually in a rush trying to get ready for work. I woke up late, wanted to get to work early. I was so frustrated yesterday because the computer system shut down and I knew that I had to leave work early, so I needed to like knock out some stuff ahead of time. My goal my goal was to wake up early. Yeah, my phone is acting up, so I had to come live. And I don't want to just keep saying the same thing because I am going to post this like my regular video because of my phone situation. It's doing the same thing as my old phone, not allowing long videos. I did it for the first couple of days, and now that the warranty is gone on it, like the return window, now it's acting up. But that's like all a scam too because you go into the store, they have these phones loaded up with all the apps. Oh yeah, no problem. And then when you try to go home and use it in that fashion, then things start giving you a problem. Anyways, back to the juicing. So day 4, I started at 200 pounds and now I am 193.8. In the beginning, before I even started the fast, I knew that I wanted to lose 6 pounds a month from now into December. And then the fast was something, or the cleanse, detox, whatever you want to call it, was something I just wanted to do. Good morning. Just for a lot of different reasons to like rebalance myself, rebalance my mind. I legit just need to throw this hair in a ponytail today because I am in such a rush and I don't care. And the things that I have to do today are way more important than how I'm looking today. You know? So with me juicing, you watch all this stuff and you see all these different people. And one thing that I recognize, like I consider myself a really dramatic person, but I feel like that a lot of people like over dramatize things. And that's why it's good to try things for yourself to see how you feel doing it. I have no problem juicing. Yes, sometimes I get hungry because I am not drinking enough juice, just like I never ate enough food. Like you really should be on a schedule, and I'm not meeting my gallon of water. I think that if I drink more juice, like how I'm supposed to drink about 5 to 6 containers a day. Allegedly, like 15 pounds of vegetables is what you would consume, but in juice form. But just like in my regular life without juicing, I get carried away in my day and I don't snack and I don't drink the water. So yeah, sometimes I feel a little bit hungry. Like right now, I woke up hungry. I just had some apple cider vinegar, my blood pressure medication, but I'm fine. It's not like I'm starving. It's not like I'm falling over. The biggest thing for me is other people. When other people are around me eating or passing by certain food places, that's where it gets like, oh my God. And I don't even normally eat like that, but there's a McDonald's or a Burger King or whatever kind of restaurant, around me. That's when it gets kind of challenging. And just like right now, there's already a brunch scheduled for this Sunday. And that would mean a lot for somebody else for me to show up to the brunch. We got to drive an hour to get there for my boyfriend's dad, and I'm definitely going to do it But now I'm already thinking about, like, do I break it that day? Do I, like, play around with a salad or what? You know? So to me, that's the hardest part. It's not even the, I won't lie, the first 2 days is hard. It was hard for me. Let me not put anybody in it. It was hard for me to get my mind off of food because it was the weekend, and I am a social eater and a social drinker, and I eat and drink as a hobby. I restaurant as a hobby. Don't have to be hungry. It's just Saturday night. Let's go get some restaurant food and some cocktails. It's Friday night, restaurant food and cocktails. It's Sunday morning. Let's go to brunch. Oh, Sunday fun day. Let's go get some snacks. And you know what I mean? It's that kind of life. So that was kind of like annoying, and it made me want to eat this out of habit. And the same thing with when you're passing food places, it triggers your mind. But yesterday I was going to look at rental homes, and I made sure that I packed a juice. Like I had a juice left over to go with me, and that was important for me. But seeing the results on the scale is important. Like, it's really hard for me to lose weight. Like, impossible for me to lose weight. So even seeing that movement, if I get out of the 190s by the end of the week, so I'll say by Saturday morning, that even Sunday morning, that will be so much encouragement for me to keep going. It's already encouragement for me to keep going because I'm already on the path. Does that make sense? And it's a personal thing to do something like this. I have a lot of things going on just like everybody else in the world. And the thing about that is you have to make choices for yourself. You have to do what you feel comfortable doing. I don't even know if I'm going to discuss it with my doctor. So funny, like, I'm going to the doctor for my thyroid. I noticed it when I was doing my voicemails at work. Sometimes, and you can hear it now, when I'm talking for a long amount of time, you'll hear me do that. It's like this hissing sound, like I'm trying to catch a breath while I'm talking. And I noticed when I got that sinus infection before then that I felt like something was in my throat. When I was going through my whole medical thing from last year, I questioned my thyroid. The doctor didn't tell me. And it's like, oh yeah, your thyroid is enlarged. They're so concerned about my blood pressure, though, that nobody takes my thyroid seriously. I was supposed to go get a scan done last month, because last month I went to the doctor for a sinus infection. And I really think I have bad allergies, but I'm going to go get the allergy test done today. And I'm kind of mad at myself because I didn't schedule the thyroid test because I was changing jobs at that time and my health insurance was not right. I had health insurance, but they couldn't see it. My health insurance was changing. Does that make sense? So I didn't have the ID number, the card number. They couldn't find me in the Aetna system, which really ticks me off. In America, the way that healthcare is done, I tell you what, it's a freaking. I need to do a story time on that experience, an adult story time of going to the doctor without health insurance for the first time in my life. It was just, talk about being treated like a third world citizen. Never in my life have I just felt like, wow, really? Like, I think I'm in the wrong class system or something. Like, this is really the rock bottom of treatment. And it was at my doctor's office that I normally go to. My normal doctor wasn't there. I'll do a whole separate thing on that because it's important to me. Anyways, needing to get my thyroid checked. Knowing that my thyroid is enlarged and I can feel it, especially on this side, a key that you may have thyroid issues is if you get like those rings on your neck. And then you may see like really overweight people. Like my chin is kind of dropped, but one side will be bigger than the other side. Okay? So also it really affects your energy level. Like I had this lady tell me, she's like, you are the most tired young woman that I've ever met in my life. So when I went earlier this year for all my blood work and tests, all my blood work came back good, blood pressure's high, blood sugar seemed low. I needed to come back and test that. I never did because it costs ching every time you go to the doctor, and it's like it gets too much even setting the appointments taking time off of work and all that kind of jazz. Especially for somebody like me who is living the frazzled life at times. So I know I need to get this thyroid test done, right? I want to get this scan of my throat. Can't do that at my normal doctor's office, got to go somewhere else. Then I started thinking to myself, because I have heard from different people who are like, get your thyroid checked, get your thyroid checked if you're always bloated, if you cannot lose weight, if you're always tired, get your thyroid checked, okay? I had this lady tell me that she had a thyroid issue and they put her on steroids, and then it got me to thinking I knew somebody else who had a thyroid issue who took traditional Western medicine, which is normally steroids, to get their thyroid in check. I remember this man that I knew way back in the day, and his emotions were all over the place, and that's because he had had thyroid surgery, and it made him so super emotional, right? So I started thinking to myself, even if something is wrong with my thyroid, am I really going to take steroids or Western medicine to try to get it back into place? This is a personal decision. I am not telling you to do me, and I'm not going to do you. If you believe in what the doctors tell you that you should take for example, pharmaceutical wise, that's on you. And there's no, and to me, there's no right or wrong answer to this, because one thing, I take my examples from life. The lady who said she had a thyroid issue and got on the steroids, she had started going to a holistic doctor. Now, going to a holistic or a naturopath doctor is more expensive on the monthly because of the vitamins and supplements that you are taking. And the grade, like they might have you on different juices, different fruits, different compoundings. You might get the B12 shots, different things that they do that you may be spending $200 to $400 a month instead of getting a $30 prescription. But the lady said that had she known that she could have went the natural way from the start, she would have never have taken the steroids because it made her so big. So, but before I even go to the doctor, talking about, cure options from my doctor's perspective, I just started doing my own research and finding out a lot about it, about thyroid issues, and how it is manageable even without those kind of medications, and weight loss is something, along with less stress. Whatever you got to do to lose that weight, less stress, and diet, the kind of diet that you follow, like it recommends vegetables, but vegetables well cooked, and it's all about what you believe, right? A lot of, and I'll just say when I was looking up thyroid natural cures or whatever, or how I healed my thyroid, it was a lot of Indian people that talked about the things that they did that got the most results. Another thing the lady said, this is somebody who healed their thyroid. Another thing is thinning hair. Weight gain, thinning hair, the lines on the neck, a lot of bloating, especially if you look extremely bloated by the end of the day. Like, people think that's normal, or they think they have like gluten intolerance, and sometimes that is the case. And I think those things are all linked, that certain bodies, a lot of bodies are not able to process food as we know it. This girl, watched a video on Instagram yesterday, had a Lunchable because she was into health and fitness, and she was eating Lunchables as a quick thing, and somebody told her to quit eating the Lunchable because it wasn't real meat, it wasn't real cheese, and they told her to light a match to the cheese. They said this is like an old thing that you can do. If you open up a Lunchables and set the cheese, make it warm, with a lighter, it doesn't melt. It turns black, it burns, it scorches. It's like the weirdest thing, wait a minute, why is that cheese not melting? So this is just my own information that I have gained. Not saying that I will never go back to eating what people consider is normal, but I know the side effects, you know what I mean? I'm going to try my damnedest not to go back to what people think is normal, because I know that it makes me bloated. It gives me indigestion. It just makes me feel like I have something sitting on my chest. It gives me inflammation. I'm not ignorant enough to say, oh, I'm not going to go to the doctor, or I'm not going to consider taking blood pressure medication for 6 months, which I have, and it has not dropped my blood pressure. And these are really adult sensitive topics that people get really emotional about. And it's hard not to get really personal when you're talking about your health. The blood pressure medication that I take is a maternity blood pressure medication for people who might become pregnant. Because right around the time that my blood pressure became an issue was around the time that they started recalling all the blood pressure medications due to cancer. Now, to me, that's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. It's like your blood pressure can kill you, but we know a lot of medication, and we're studying it case by case, can cause cancer. Well, wow. So, even if I had never been into naturopath type thinking, I couldn't ignore it then, but I have been into it in the past. I have been into it even when I was like before even I was out of high school. Like I was a vegetarian for a while, and I felt better. You do have to monitor your vitamins and different things that you're taking in to make sure that you're getting enough nutrients. And just do it right. There's a way to do everything. There's not a one size fits all, and just because it's not progressing in the way that you think it should be, doesn't mean that it's not working. I gotta get out of here because I can ramble on all day. But I say that to say, I am getting results with it, with the juicing. I do feel better. I don't feel hungry as long as I'm drinking enough juice and water like I should. I do use coffee in the morning to kind of cut my appetite down. Well, I would do that anyways if I was trying to lose weight, because you don't get to be chunky without taking a lot of food. Like, even if you're naturally chunky, like myself, if I get down to 150 pounds, I'll be a size 5. That's what 150 looks like to me. So it's not about the number on the scale. It's just about, okay, I'm a kind of person that naturally carries more weight. That, you know why? Because I can naturally eat and store a lot more food than a lot of people. Naturally. So that's just things to think about. What your goals are. I don't like having the high blood pressure. That has really motivated me. But it did motivate me months ago, because this has been going on now for over a year. I need to drink some water because I can feel that blood pressure medication. That's why I normally don't like to take it at home, because it makes me kind of woozy sometimes, like for at least 20 minutes. Like normally right around this time, it's like, ooh. But yeah, just letting you know a little bit of insight. Of course, there is a lot more to it, right? It's a lot to take care of your health. I say that, and I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's not simple to take care of your health in America. They make it so hard for you to do that. Like, I don't know why they make it so hard for people to take care of their health, but they really do. The time, the appointments, the insurance, the co-pays, the co-insurance, the deductible, the go to this one doctor's office. Now take this lab over here. Wait on us to call you back to this lab. You may have to come back into the office. You may not, and yes, we're gonna charge you again. That kind of stuff. I can see why people don't do it. I can see why people just throw their hands up. But I have done that before, right? That's honest. I've been like, this is just too much of a hassle. So I'm just not even gonna do it. But you see my junk there. I was looking for something to wear. I'm gonna do it differently this time, right? Taking a moment here. I don't even know what time it is. I want to go and have a calm and peaceful day. As I'm thinking about being behind my schedule for work, but just needing to take a moment to clear my own head. I have a lot of work to get caught up on, but I gotta make it to this doctor's appointment. You know? So that's where I'm at. Put comments down below. Let me know how your day is going. It's a lot being an adult, you guys. A lot, a lot, a lot. From working to health to maintaining to building relationships to bettering yourself to having your own goals. It's a lot. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. When you're really trying to make a change and make a difference. So sometimes you have to take a moment to rebalance. And I'm going to make a whole nother video about my, you know, my other situation that people have questions about. I think I'm going to do that around the 15-day mark about how to recover from that. Like, this is a personal tragedy. You know? Because I'm trying to put my earring on with one hand and it's not really working. Day by day, you guys. Day by day. But let me get up out of this house and go on. And just know that if you are feeling like you have 50 million things to do and so many different needs that you have to meet for other people, and it is a better use of your time to put yourself on the back burner, think again. Like, I'm really going to feel like crap leaving work at 3 o'clock today to go to a doctor's appointment. I really am. But that is so backwards. So backwards. I'm going to stop rambling. You guys have a little bit of insight. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Bye.